The grand finale of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine took place at the Temple of Speed, Monza, a fitting stage to close a thrilling season that has showcased the very best of young single-seater talent. This weekend marked a major milestone as the championship celebrated its 100th race since its debut in 2021, an achievement that reflects 5 years of growth, competition and discovery of future stars. 4 champions have been crowned since the beginning of this journey, and several alumni now race on the Formula One grid. Proof that this championship truly represents the road to the top. Heading into Monza, the drivers' title fight could not have been closer. Just 4 points separated Freddie Slater and Matteo De Paolo, whilst R-Race GP and Prema Racing remain locked in battle for the team's crown. It was the perfect setup for a weekend full of passion, history and speed in a place where legends are made.
For us, when we joined on the season 2021, it was a step up coming from Formula 4. It was a moment to step up to the next category on the FIA pyramid, and it was a really important moment because it was the merge between the Formula Renault Eurocup and the Formula Regional from the Italian Federation, and we were really happy to be part since the first day on this nice platform for growth drivers, growth mechanics, engineers and so on.
It's always very nice to come see the regional here in Monza. You know, I always see old friends from the paddock. Of course, I said hi to the Trident team. I raced with them in 2022. No, they were fighting for the championship today. Unfortunately, Matteo had a contact. He lost the front wing. It's unlucky, but anyway, did a good race, and also fair play to Freddie, because he did an amazing championship, he did an amazing race, so he deserves the championship 100%. And then all the Archie Racing weekend is very nice to see, because there are a lot of categories. Also for someone who is passionate, I can see a lot of categories, and it's a super nice weekend.
Qualifying one on Saturday would be one of the most crucial of the season, particularly for championship leaders Freddie Slater and Matteo De Paolo. Out first in Group A would be Slater, and he would be faced with a track temperature of just 5 degrees with an air temperature of just 6 degrees. This led to wet patches around the circuit, and there was also fluid leaking onto the track, which would see drivers going off the circuit. It would all come to the last lap, and eventually Slater would take provisional pole position on his last lap, with Taito Kato in second and Rashid Al-Daheri in third. Enzo Deligny would be fourth as he fights for a championship podium, with Jack Beaton rounding out a good session for Prema in fifth. This result guaranteed Slater a front row start, putting pressure on De Paolo in Group B. Similar to the previous group, it took them nearly 10 minutes to get the necessary heat in the tyres before they could do full push laps. With the temperature slowly rising, it would all come to the last lap, with Evan Gilter taking overall pole position, going half a second faster than anyone in his group. Clero would be second in group, with Nando Woodbeer-Bakti in third and Matteo De Paolo fourth after a difficult session. Debutant Jan Shirovsky would be an impressive fifth.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was really positive. I think we've had two good days of testing. The wet was very positive on Thursday, and yesterday was also very positive in the dry. And then this morning was completely different. 8:30 quali is very early for us and very cold, especially at this time of year in Monza. So the track temp was super low compared to what we had yesterday. So it's a completely different thing for all the teams, and we had to adapt. And as you saw, it was pretty crazy out there.
Really happy to take the penultimate pole position of the season. I really do like the track in Monza, and we did an amazing job with the team overall, with the pressures and all the stuff. It was cold this morning, and we were able to take the pole with about 6 tenths of margin. So yeah, happy to start the penultimate race on pole position and see if we can grab this victory. Yeah.
Green flag is waved at the back of the field. To the left of screen, your championship leader, Freddie Slater. To the right, Evan Gilter, and we are go for race 1 here at Monza. And Gilter was quick across to defend from Slater. From the second row, Pedro Clero made the best start of all 3, and he's going to attack round the outside. Here comes the Brazilian driver, Pedro Clero, trying to get by Freddie Slater. Slater is going to slot into second. We've got drivers running off. That was one of the RSGP drivers running wide, which I think was actually Bora. Oh no, we've got a couple of drivers off. Jack Beaton is in the gravel there. Yellow flags are out. There will be a safety car. Beaton is in the gravel. He is out of the race, and he's not the only one. Whilst out front, Slater looking to the outside of Evan Gilter. Clero was in 3rd place there, trying to get through, and another RSGP car runs wide at Roger. Here comes Freddie Slater around the outside of Evan Gilter, trying to wrap things up today. Is Taito Kato in 4th? Who's that that's gone to 5th? One of the Trident cars is in 5th, which I think is Nanda Vodbin Bhakti, but Matteo De Paolo is at least in 6th place. He's in 5th. Matteo De Paolo is in 5th, so it's been a great start for Matteo De Paolo, a crucial start in this championship. Let's watch in the background. There he is. So Matteo De Paolo, after everything that happened, has gone through to 5th. Right, let's watch what happened. We're going to watch for Jack Beaton in the red and white Prema. Oh, well, that's the RSGP car turned round into a spin. And there is Rashid Al-Daheri collides with Beaton and picks up suspension damage. So Al-Daheri continued. Deligny was the RSGP car that was turned around. Nakamura also off. So 2 RSGP cars out. Those are the drivers to watch, and we head down the start-finish straight now and make our way down to the first corner. And it's Evan Gilter there, who is just queuing up on the inside. Freddie Slater looking to the outside to try and get through. We watch for De Paolo next along in 5th place, who runs slightly wide into the first corner and now makes his way out. We've got an RPM car who's run slightly wide as well. Is Adrian Przowski, who dropped down 4 places off the start. There you can see some of the big gainers. So Dion Gowda, who can win this rookie championship with a top 8, whilst Freddie Slater is trying to get around the outside there of Evan Gilter. Doesn't quite manage to get through. For the RSGP team, De Paolo is furiously defending. And you can see he's now struggling. De Paolo, he's gone off. He's gone off, De Paolo, and he's taken another car with him. So Matteo De Paolo going off there, and there was 3 cars who all went off, and Matteo De Paolo is now struggling. Matteo De Paolo dropping back there, and are we going to see him out of this race, I wonder? He's trying to continue, but Matteo De Paolo, I don't know if he's going to be able to go any further in this race. He's slowing down. Let's have a look. You can see Matteo De Paolo, it just appears his car is damaged. Matteo De Paolo has tried to continue on, but I don't think he's going to be able to go any further in this race. Through the final corner, where does that leave De Paolo? Just having a look, he's coming to the pits. Matteo De Paolo has pitted. He is out of the race. He's tried to continue on, but Matteo De Paolo, with front wing damage, is out of the race. New front wing on the car. Matteo De Paolo continues. Oh, what a shame for the Italian, and that changes things completely. That now means if Freddie Slater wins this race, he wins the championship. Oh, spin for the number 50. Going into the first Lesmo, Yamakoshi is off. Are we going to see all 3 champions crowned in the final 10 or so minutes? Let's find out as we come out of the final corner and down the start-finish straight. And there's a split in the top 10. The top 4 have escaped from the rest of the field. And Nikita Bedrin has got down the inside of Bora out front. Furiously weaving is Evan Gilter. Freddie Slater trying to get through, and we're almost 4 wide in the background. Rashid Al-Dahiri to the left is trying to defend from one of the Tridents into the first corner. Surely someone's going to go wide. Oh, that was so good from Dion Gowda there. Round the outside he was of Al-Dahiri, and Dion Gowda with one of the moves of the season, you have to say, has gone through and up into P5. Great driving. Is Freddie Slater about to take the lead away from Evan Gilter? It looks very likely. The attempt is going to come. Down the outside, here comes Freddie Slater to make his move on Evan Gilter. He squeezes the Frenchman, but the Frenchman, Gilter, will not give up and holds firm on the inside, and Gilter is clinging on now to that race lead. Slater throwing everything at it, but Gilter is having to put up a real defence here. On Evan Gilter, here we go. Is he going to do it into the final corner? He is. Freddie Slater on what would be a championship win for him. Freddie Slater goes through and takes the lead and is now in position to win this championship. Freddie Slater leads us down the start-finish straight, and Evan Gilter drops to second, and Matteo De Paolo now has to make ground and has to do it quickly. He has to get into the top 7. What a season it has been for Freddie Slater. He has been a champion at single-seater level already, and he's now going to add the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine title to that. Freddie Slater comes across the line, and he is the 5th champion of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, and he becomes the first British champion.
It's crazy, especially after the year we've had. We've had so many ups and downs, and to bounce back like we did is obviously super positive. And there was a slim chance going into the race that we might win today, but I didn't think it was really possible. I think it was more important to just score good points and go into tomorrow. Then the opportunity was on the table, and I took it. You know, I was patient for quite a long time, made sure I understood what was going on, and tried to read Evan at the end of the day and see what he was doing, and then picked him off at the right time. And yeah, honestly, that was a championship winning move at the end of the day, similar to Leo, I know, a couple of years, I think last year in F3. So yeah, honestly, I'm just so happy, and massive thank you to Prema. You know, they've made me feel like family for the last 2.5 years, like I say, and yeah, it's been such a special journey with them.
Yeah, still happy about the podium. For sure, it's not the result we wanted, starting from pole position after an unbelievable qualifying we did this morning. But I'm still happy to get another podium. We are come back really strong, and tomorrow hopefully we can do something else and try to win the last race of the FRECA season.
Yeah, I have to say, from my perspective, it was a bit boring, but yeah, I strongly believe that we didn't have the pace today to win. Maybe a couple mistakes on my side that maybe cost a P2, but overall I'm happy. You know, we got some points from Enzo and from Matteo, so we're kind of closer to them now. Obviously still mathematical, but yeah, I'm happy with the progress we'll be doing, and P3 is still a result to be proud of.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, a season of lots of ups and downs, so I'm happy to come away with it. We worked well with the team, and yeah, I'm grateful to be the rookie champion this year.
With both the Drivers and Rookies Championship decided in race 1, the focus would now turn to the battle for the Teams Championship and race for 3rd in the overall standings between Enzo Deligny and Pedro Claro. With the drivers first out on track again on Sunday, there would be similar conditions, but having now been prepared for the challenge, it would be a less chaotic session. Group B would be out first, and seeking redemption after his disappointment yesterday, De Paolo would bounce back in style, setting the fastest lap, going 1/10 of a second faster than Gilter. Continuing to impress would be RPM's Shirovsky in 3rd, with rookie champion Gowda in 4th and Claro in 5th. Group A would be the session of more significance, with all 3 Prema drivers out and 2 of the R-Race GP drivers out, including Deligny. Having wrapped up the title, Slater was not prepared to stop there, with possible records to be broken. He would give himself the best possible chance to do just that, putting one more over on the rest of the field with a 6th pole position, meaning he would start alongside vice-champion to be Matteo De Paolo. Jack Beaton finished 2nd, but would not take the race start, with Nikita Bedrin third, Rashid Al-Daheri fourth, and Edu Robinson in fifth. The RHGP duo of Akshay Bora and Enzo Deligny would be 8th and 9th, giving Prema the opportunity to win the team's championship and Pedro Claro to take third overall.
Yeah, obviously very nice to get yesterday wrapped up, and then this morning was similar conditions to yesterday. Not the greatest performance from my side before that. I made a slight mistake in the Scaria, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen, and that was very affecting for the last push, that's for sure. The tyres were stone cold at that point with the amount of water that went on my tyres. So to even be on pole, I'm very happy considering the way we bounced back just in the qualifying session. I had a bad lap with the off and then managed to bounce back with a pole position lap. So definitely wasn't easy, especially with no tow as well. So yeah, obviously super positive, and we look forward to the race.
So it's been a really good qualifying this morning. Our pace was really good. Also bouncing back from tomorrow where we struggled a bit in the quali, so it's good to see this improvement. It's also a positive thing, you know, to end you know, my journey in Freca with a pole position of the group. So yeah, now let's see what we can do in the race. We are starting from the first row. That is the main thing here in Monza, because always everything can happen. Doesn't matter if you are maybe first, second, third. It does matter to be on the front, and then the battle for the win is always open. So yeah, I'll give everything to finish in end with a good end this year with my team Trident. So yeah, let's see.
Let's go for 100 times in Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. To the left of screen is Matteo De Paolo, to the right is Freddie Slater, and we are go for the final time this season in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Freddie Slater had a great launch off the line. Matteo De Paolo getting straight across to get in the toe of the champion as we head down to the Rettifilo chicane. A lock up there from Slater, a lock up behind from Gilter, who's gone straight across the first chicane. It looks like everyone's gone through safely, but Ania Frey has lost his front wing, and Ania Frey is going to have to come through pit lane. Claro there side by side with Dion Gowda coming through Curva Grande, a little bit delayed out of the first chicane, and now it's down to the Roggia chicane, and Matteo De Paolo is under pressure here as they head through the Roggia. Oh, and a spin going through. That's Rashid Al-Daheri. Rashid Al-Daheri spun, and that could be that for Prema Racing in terms of then trying to win this team's championship. They will not be able to bridge the gap without Rashid Al-Daheri scoring, and that, like that, will be the team's championship with RHGP. What a shame for Rashid Al-Daheri, not just for the team but for his race as well, as they head through Parabolica for the first time and down the start-finish straight. And scanning the mirrors there is Slater. De Paolo in second, Bedrin in third, then Gilter. Shirovsky is the lead rookie as we head through, and Nakamura has got up to P6 into the first corner. Oh, Gilter trying to get down the inside of De Paolo, who took to the run-off curb in avoidance. In the background, here we go. Claro now, has he allowed Jin Nakamura to go through possibly? Has it been an overtake? Who knows, but what we do know is Jin Nakamura has gone through on Pedro Claro, so those two have swapped back places again, and Claro is now going to have to get back by Dion Gowda. Evan Gilter, really enjoy having him in the paddock. He's in terms of this Freca era, he's been great to have around, as Taito Kato there goes down the inside of Shirovsky. They're going to be side by side on the exit of the corner. Taito Kato now beginning to make his impact, and Taito Kato, another driver really improving throughout the season, and now makes his way past Shirovsky. Through he goes, and that will be P5 for Taito Kato. Down towards the first corner he goes, and that's a really good move for Kato. Right, Nikita Bedrin now level, side by side into the Roggia chicane, forcing Kato to go all the way to the inside of the track, and now round the outside goes Bedrin. What a move. That said, they have to be careful because they will allow the rest of the field to close in if it continues at this intensity, but I'm all here for it, and so is Kato. Oh, around the outside, and damage there to Bedrin. He's off. Though looking to the outside now in the orange and black Van Amersfoort, he'll grab a bit of a toe from Shirovsky. They'll battle this one out on the brakes, and a slide from Jin Nakamura there, trying to get through. Oh, that's a Van Amersfoort car going off and collides into his teammate Dion Gowda into the side of Hiyu Yamakoshi. We're going to have another safety car here. Who's that that's gone with him? That's Enzo Deligny. Enzo Deligny's got, I think he's gone off as well. It was one of the RHGP cars who went off. This is not how we would wanted the race to end, the season to end, the 100th race behind the safety car. Is going to lead us round the final corner up to the start-finish line, and the 100th race will be won by our champion of 2025, Freddie Slater, who takes us over the line. The vice-champion, Matteo De Paolo, comes across the line.
Yeah, honestly, I think coming away with 2 wins, especially at Monza, is pretty spectacular. You know, it's one of those tracks where anything can happen. We had 2 really good qualifyings, mistakes on my behalf this morning in Q2, but made up for it on the last lap, put me in a good position for the grid, and then got a mega start actually, and then controlled the race from there. So yeah, obviously over the moon, and what a nice way to end the season. And yeah, look forward to Macau with Prema for the final time.
So there's a bit of disappointment for sure, because we came here and we were trying, of course, to win the championship. But you know, not always everything goes as planned. Yesterday has been a really unlucky day. So and yeah, that's racing. That's racing kind of hard sometimes. So yeah, we just take it in on our baggage of experience, and we will try to do better, and I'll try to do better in next times in order to maybe secure it a bit earlier. But I think I did also at the same time the maximum I could this year, maximize also almost everything during this year. So I'm pretty happy with my job with Trident. Yeah, it's been a really good season with them.
I'm really happy to end the season on a high. Honestly, it has been a tough season with a good start of the season after the Middle East, and then some up and downs, but we finished on the high in the last 2 weekends with 3 podiums and 1 pole position overall at Monza with 5 tenths. So I'm happy about our consistency and our progression, and I hope that it will be remembered from the others.
I'm honestly really happy, and also I'm really happy because it's my first time ever in the car this week. You know, I had 40 minutes of practice before on the dry, the rest of it was on wet, and then straight to quali, so it's been pretty difficult to adapt and put good lap times in such a short period of time, but I'm really happy with the performance of me and the team.
That brings a conclusion to 100 races of Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, and the end of an era in single-seater racing. Freddie Slater takes the overall Drivers' Championship for Prema Racing, giving them a 4th consecutive title, with RHGP winning the Teams' Championship for just the 2nd time. Dion Gowda wins the Rookie Championship to give Van Amersfoort Racing their first ever title in FRECA, a great way for the team to sign off from this era. But Monza was not only the end of a season, it was the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. During the post-race ceremony, the spotlight shifted to the future with the unveiling of the brand new Tatus T326, the car that will debut in 2026 as part of the new FIA Formula Regional European Championship, promoted and organised by ACI Sport. The event was attended by the ACI Extraordinary Commissioner Tullio Del Sette and ACI President-elect Antonino Geronimo La Russa, who joined the teams and drivers on stage to celebrate the achievements of the 2025 season and mark the transition toward this exciting new chapter. It was an emotional and symbolic moment, closing one chapter of history while opening another. At Monza, the Temple of Speed, the story of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine came full circle. An era ended and a new one has just begun.